Hi, what's up, guys? This is Keith with 6A Training Group. Today we're here at Wilder Tactical in Gastonia, North Carolina, and I've got the owner and operator, Josh.
How's it going?
Tell us what we're going to be doing today, man.
Today we are going to put together a Minimalist MOLLE Belt. So, Minimalist MOLLE Belt, go over a couple key features of it real quick.
Okay.
It's really thin. That's one of the main things about it that people notice. And honestly, they have a little bit of a hard time accepting the fact that this will work right.
I thought the same thing at first. I was
yep.
like,
Super thin, super lightweight. It's made out of Squadron, which is a laminated 1000D and 500D Cordura. We incorporate a piece of 1-inch webbing across the top, and we use a Cobra FM buckle on this version of it. And that's good for about 700-800 pounds. It's not a load-rated buckle. It is but that is the working load for it. The webbing is about 1,000 pounds, so it's more than strong enough. And then what we get into next is the fact that this is actually the belt. It's sewn into it, so instead of having a pad where you got to run your belt through it, and then everything kind of sags off it, you're trying to pull it really tight to get it to all fit right, and over time everything's going to give out. It can't, because this is the belt itself. When you pull it tight, it pulls everything sitting on it tight to it. So there's not any issues with that. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start putting your pouches on.
all right, cool. So just so you know, we got the opportunity to actually put these together and build them yesterday, which was really cool. It's not super difficult, and until you get a couple of reps in, you can push these out pretty quick, but there's fun. But cool thing is now I know how to maintain and repair them if I jack them up. All right, so I'm going to take the clip, go into the back of the pistol one here. I'm just going to, now they do have a little way to, where's the little tool, the cheat tool, to help slide these in and out. Hang on real quick. Where's the little cheater tool for sliding these in there?
Is there one in there? I don't know, I just ran up and did it.
I had him yesterday. Okay.
Here.
All right, we don't see it, but we probably could use one of those, but we'll go ahead and just start working this through the back. So it's not hard, even if you're just using your hand. Slides in just like that. I guess because we were making new ones yesterday, it was a little stiffer than these. It's been sitting around, but they just slide in just like that, guys, and then you can come down to the spot wherever you want. And I'm going to go ahead and just go forward here on this.
So what he's doing right here is one of the key features to a lot of the systems we use. Is everything goes through it, so it doesn't actually go over the Velcro on the back. It goes behind it or in between it, so you can maintain 100% Velcro contact on your inner belt or your belt pad, and it also increases comfort, so none of your attachments are actually touching you.
And you want to show them how to use that one?
Yeah, this one we'll do a Fight Light Malice clip in. So
okay.
Same thing. You're just going to run it.
Going from the right there.
Yep.
Okay.
So you're going to go from the bottom straight up throughout the top. All right.
Come through.
Yep.
Right.
Now you're going to go ahead.
Back.
Standard MOLLE weave. You're going to go in and out, and then run it through the pouch. So you'll see the time differences. These are really secure. Well, actually, to get it fit the best,
go back through
you want
here.
to weave it back
so like
through there. Yeah. It'll
like
work
a company
like that,
we won't say no name of that we used to use a lot of.
It's going to be a little loose if you do it that way.
Yeah, you'll have a sag.
So this way, obviously, it takes a little bit longer, but it's super secure. It's a flexible light mount. There's the weight's similar, all that stuff. But it's just what your preference is. This will allow you to take these off of here and put them on a vest or something else like that if you want to be able to incorporate them in another kit. So
see as it comes through.
Yep.
Back to the bottom, and then this just kind of interlocks back in. I'm not going to put it in right now because I'm gonna end up changing this back out. But it goes in right there.
Yeah, pop it in. It's
pop
good
it in
to go.
right there. Good to go in place.
Yep.
All right.
Now
awesome.
one of the main things too is you got to think about with MOLLE, everything is hanging off the top. So we put this 1-inch strip on here. It's a reinforcing piece for that top edge. So again, it's just making that Squadron that's already extremely strong even stronger, so it's not going to wear out, give out, or have any other issues. And it's going to support any load you want to put on this.
Gotcha.
All right, so we're going to go over the difference between our newer pouches and some of our older ones. This is our Evolution series of pouches. It's a injection molded, hard-shelled pouch with some shot cord to it. And then our newer ones, our Urban Assault pouches, they are material cloth. We make them out of Squadron. Flexible modular pouch that can hold a lot of different things. So right off the bat, one of the advantages is this is more modular than this because it can flex, change shape, and do a lot of different things like that as far as expansion. So on our Evolution Series pouches, again, it's all injection molded right now. So everything's made out of super tough nylon. You can run them over your vehicle and they'll be resilient. They'll still be together. You might have a few scuffs on them, but they'll be fine. We've done it.
Okay.
One of the cool things is, again, we have modularity with these where you can bolt them together. So you can stack pistols, rifles, anything you want together. Stack them on the front.
Okay.
And then what we have is a couple different sizes. This is our extended pistol right here, and this is what we call our universal pistol.
Okay.
Our universal pistol will do 45, single stack, double stack, all the way through all your 9mm, 357 SIG, 40 caliber, all that stuff will all fit inside of this one because of the shape of it. It lets it expand around.
Let me. Yep. So you can get the.
So it's got an oversized feed lip on it. It's great for indexing and reholstering mags and things like that pretty fast. All right, so some of the cool features of this particular pouch right here, it's an extended pistol mag pouch. So it's about a half an inch longer, but what that does is it kind of puts us up for STI, staccato mags. SIG mags have that long taper on the feed lip, and they have the extensions on them and everything else. So you got a bigger, longer mag with more of a taper on the front of it too. So it really holds that really well. Gets a deep seat to take that extra extension up out of the top.
Okay.
And you don't need too much more. Just that little bit extra is what really gives it that balance.
So that's the different mounting clip options also still.
So yeah, with these you can use just about anything on the market that'll fit on a 3/4 inch hole pattern. We keep it universal. As far as the rifle side of this goes, this is AR style magazines only. It doesn't hold AK or anything else, just because it's purpose-driven size.
Gotcha. Not like this one.
Not like this one. So getting into
Yeah.
our urban assault pouches, what we have here again, this is Squadron 500 and 1000D laminated together. So it's very, very strong, very resilient. It's got shot cord in the middle, which is going to help retain the fingers on the sides right here, which support the side walls so that you have something for the edge of the mag to slide down. That's very important too because this holds AK mags. When you put your AK mag in, you got that lug that's going to ride down the side. So we made these out of material that's very slippery. It doesn't gouge as easy. It lets everything slide over top of it. And again, this will hold standard AR, AK. You can even open it up enough to hold AR-10. So 308 mags will fit in it. FNFAL mags will fit inside of it. You just got to stretch it out a little bit more. Then we get down to the pistol. We have the same thing with the pistols. We have our tall and our short, and same concept. We want to be able to put our subgun mags in these. So we got a lot of guys running pistol caliber carbines, 30 plus round mags. So these are great for that. There's not that much height difference, but it's it's the difference you need to make it support those really tall mags. The short one is great for all your standard mags out there, your Glock stuff, 17 and smaller. It'll do single stacks, it'll do double stack, it'll do 45, 10 millimeter. And then the other great thing about those pouches too is flashlights, batons, multi-tools, all those things will fit inside those because it's just a simple adjustment, where these will hold some of those objects, but they're just limited on the exact fit size. And then on top of that, those pouches, when they're empty, they crush down. So if you're going to lay on your front, they're going to crush down to you. They're going to move your body a little better.
That's something we talked about earlier too. That's like you want to stow this up. I want to just get this out of the way from your gear and get it packed up lower. Look at that. Toss it in your bag, put it in your pack. If you change from doing something next or just traveling, you want to get somewhere, get the ability to roll that out. That's really cool.
Yeah. So, and again, these work with all the different attachments. We have a variety of those, so you can work on all of our belt systems. But in particular, what we did with this one is the fast system, which is our UABs, and it makes it so it's compatible with any other belts out there. If you want to pull it off of this, stick it on a regular belt. And then what we did is we went ahead and put all these together on this belt system here, stuck them in. What we wanted to show you too was how easy it is to adjust them. So we drop these down in with no screws in them. We put them roughly where he thinks he wants them. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and he's just going to stick it around his waist.
You just kind of.
And all you got to do is say, hey, is everything where I want it? Stick it on. All right. So you want to move this ahead one. Everything else seems like it's in the right place for the most part. We'll see when he gets it all down here. So if we want to move What do you think?
No, I'm kind of like that. I like mine off center line right here.
Okay.
I don't wear mine forward, so
Okay.
I'm cool with
So
that.
you're good.
So and I can reach everything. So yeah, from there.
So you got a first time go on the setup, but just to
I might have
show
done
you,
this once or twice before, by the way.
just to show you though, let's say something was in the wrong spot, like this right here. Just slide it right out.
Catches on a screw piece in the back.
I know, right?
Yep.
So we're going to slide this piece out, and then what we're going to do is we're going to move it one forward, and we're going to slide it right back down in to there. So instead of having to take apart all the molle and all the other stuff, that's it. And now we put our screws back in, and we're done. So you can do that with the whole thing real fast. Right? If you need to move everything, you just pop them out, move them over, and you're all set. That's that's one of my favorite features.
No, I know
these
it's
clips.
super easy, and that's plus a lot of times you just the fact you can find out you have where you want it without screwing everything down or having to do the weave and unweave.
Yep.
You know, and then come back and you're like, oh man, I just spent like 20 minutes doing this, and now
Or you
I've
want
got
to change a pouch out, you've been at the range, whatever, you want to change one out to a different thing, it's nothing to do it.
It's super easy.
Now you do one thing different. I noticed you got that upside down.
Yeah, so I like to run my medical pouch. I like to run my medical pouch upside down, and the reason being is I found that you know, if I was in a situation where I have to get to this, it's a lot easier for me to reach around and grab this and pull it down and let this fall out and move than it is for me to try to pull up and pull out when I have something, you know, behind my back. It's easier for me to pull down and grab it and come around than it is for me to work everything higher to pull out. So I'm kind of letting gravity support me in my effort to you know, do my individual first care if I was ever wounded. And I did take that away from my combat experience overseas.
So inside of this med pouch, we have an IFAK. If you order the full kit, you can get the IFAK and you get a tourniquet. It comes with a tourniquet sleeve on the bottom. The tourniquet sleeve can be removed, put on a molle around your body or anything else on your belt if you want to, or it can be left right on here. We do that so you can choose where you want to put it, not just have everything there. So tourniquet in the med pouch, and this one's pretty simple. Folds up, slides down in there, and that goes right on top of it, like that, and it's all set like that. Now we keep it vacuum sealed for a reason, and that reason is longevity. So stateside here, you're not running around, you're not expecting the worst thing to happen right now. So we want all those products to last you the maximum amount of time. So there's just one extra wrapper on it. It's very easy. It's got quick tear pulls on the sides of it, so you can get into it fast and simple. And it's a very basic IFAK. It's got pressure dressing, gauze, 2 hyphen chest seals, some gloves, and a space blanket in it for shock. So it's everything you need to treat yourself for basic injuries.
Shock.
Yep.
And yeah, so right now this is on here just in general, but yeah, you're gonna go ahead and pull the plastic and the paperwork out of your tourniquet and go ahead and set up that tourniquet for one-hand use and deployment if you have to, and we'll talk about that later in another video. Right now, let's screw some pieces down.
So we got all the pouches in place now. They're all screwed down, so they're secure. Nothing's going to move, fall off of this. One thing we'll talk about real quick too, on our drop leg piece right here. Yeah. So on our drop leg piece, it's a Safari Land. This one's a low ride, and we modify it. We drill them out. We put our UAB clips on it so you can run it through the belts, not over top of it. That's why we're able to use it with this belt system as well. Then what we have on the back here is our rotator. All right. So what this does is allows the leg strap that we're going to run through this, whether it's 1.5 inches or 1 inch. We recommend the 1 inch. Basically, to keep this from flopping when you're running, this piece hooks to your leg, but the nice thing about it is your leg moves. When your leg moves, this moves, and now you're not chafing your leg on the strap itself because the strap's sliding. It's moving with you. That's why we recommend a 1 inch solid one. You don't have to have stretch and flex to be comfortable. So again, this one right here has a little Cobra FM on the end of it. Simple to undo, very strong. We also offer them with a plastic buckle on it as well. That side right there. So plastic buckle, it's strong. It's gonna do everything else. It's just not quite as cool as this here Cobra.
Absolutely.
So now we're gonna take this piece, and the beauty is we have our 2 different sizes in there. So we're gonna go ahead and start, and you wanna weave it from the bottom here, so you want it to pull that outside edge down. Yep. And then go back down through that one, and then work it around the underside of it. Yep. And then back up through that.
Pull mine
and then you're all set. So now you're going to put your tri-glide to lock down that tail on there. And now you're set to fit it. So you go ahead and run it through this adjustable end here, put it the whole system on, and then what you want to do is you want to run it snug. You don't want to run it tight on your leg because you don't have to. Run it snug, you'll be able to put 2 or 3 fingers down between the 2 layers. The whole point of this is to keep the holster from flopping when you're running.
And also assist with your draw.
Yes.
Comes in handy with that also.
Yep.
But yeah, that's it, man. Good to go.
Now we sell these right here as an actual kit, a modifier kit, and when you look at the back of it, there's a spacer block in here with some inserts in it. You can take your screws out that are already used for this. It comes with screws as well. And all you have to do is remove your 3 screws, take this piece, which will come preset, and just set it on here and zip your screws down into it, into the bolts on the other side, and you got an adapter on there.
And this is currently running the QLL S's from Safariland for the clips. So universal. Pretty much everything you can get clipped. I can change holsters as much as I want, whether I'm running a non-level 1 Kydex that's got a specific gun in it, or if I go straight to a Safariland, then I can just go right back and forth with the quicks attached. Super easy. All right, let's finish this off. Yeah, man, forgot one of the best parts. So for those of you that don't want to run the inner belt that has the Velcro alignment that is allowed to get on this to, one, you can double connect it with where it's inside your pants.
Yep.
And then slap this over it for that non-movement and retention.
One of the nice things about this belt too, it's a very thin single layer screw webbing. This will support your EDC just fine.
Absolutely. I've got a modified one on here.
Yep.
Have a bit more extra work done to it.
You have our actual EDC belt on, which is a double layer, single layer front, so it's very thin.
But how about this?
Yeah.
Like right here.
So that's a 2-layer belt. It's extra strong. It's going to really support everything really solid. It has our unique slim front on it, which is our overlapping bridge right here that allows you to do appendix carry, but without having 4 layers of belt and a giant buckle. We use this FM on a single layer, so keep everything very thin.
It's like I don't have to slide my buckle all the way over.
Exactly.
To get my appendix carry
and
on.
you still have a buckle that you can just pop apart and take off easily.
Yep.
So this is basically the same thing. It's a single layer of Velcro, and you're all set.
Yep. And then we have the padded belt from Wilder. Okay. By the way, everything we're working with today, belt size, is we're working with a large, but it's pretty simple. You just find where you want a placement. It is a little stiff, not stiff, but a little, I can stretch it a little bit to get it where it covers exactly where I want it by just pulling it a little bit and getting it run down to the end. And then voila. And then this, well, I always talk about with the rubber.
Yeah, so this has a shark skin neoprene rubber on the back of it. You can tell right there's a little bit of texture to it. It's a little bit sticky. It's got a good grip on it, and what it does is that allows it to stick to whatever you're wearing. The other thing is it's hooked Velcro on the back of this, so you don't want to have that rubbing against you or your shirt. It'll work itself in your shirt and tear it up. So you throw this on for having it around the house or quick on and offs at the range, and you just don't want to stick it to your underbelt. Or it's cold outside and you got extra clothes on, something like that. Again, this will prevent it from slipping, doing anything else. I always tell people, you can wear this over any clothes. You can wear it with no clothes. And that's one of the big advantages in your house. If something happens, you can just slap it on.
Yeah. And then we just get it to where we can come over and get that bad boy locked in. Yeah, and there we go, guys.
And you can see all the way around, everything's lined up where he wants it. Got gaps, got different things. And you can adjust it on the fly real fast and easy. So if you get on the range and you realize, hey, this isn't quite where I want it, you can just pop it up and move.
And I'll probably do that, just as we get going, tighten up, close some more space up.
And then if you look at this right here, so he's got this on there. It's got it snug, but when you move, it doesn't bind. See how that rotates with your leg? So that allows everything to move together.
Yep. All right, sweet, Josh. Appreciate it, man. That's awesome.
Thank you guys for coming down.
Key 68 Training Group, Josh, Wilder Tactical. Have a good day.
All right, so what we're going to talk about, so what we're going to do is,
It's all good.
everyone's looking at us now. Everybody's looking.
You're making him nervous. Quit.
It's too quiet.